Hi everybody. My husband just took out the catering delivery for today, so I thought I would just jump on here and do a quick video on documenting something. I have a little confession to make. I have been cooking keto for many people over the last 5 years, and the AIP, the paleo autoimmune paleo protocol. However, I have never been successful at trying it myself for long term. I have not really any like major health issues. I know the benefits of the ketogenic diet, and I've been wanting to try it for a while. I tried a couple times, but I just couldn't make it past that keto flu, or whatever you want to call it. The shakiness, I felt like really shaky. I just couldn't do it. But I just wanted to give it a go because I knew there were some things that was kind of creeping into my own personal health that I just wanted to snip in the butt before it snowballed into anything else. Like overall, I was just feeling really tired, and that's been kind of getting worse and worse since we bought the business, I guess, like 5 years ago. Just the stress. I think it's just the emotional stress, the physical stress. It's been a lot of work, and I just feel like I was getting more tired and more tired. And even if I slept a full night, like just waking up still feeling tired. So I felt like I just don't want that anymore. If I missed a meal, I would get kind of a little bit shaky and hangry, not happy if I missed a meal. So I knew my blood sugar was kind of messed up a bit, and I do have a bit of diabetes in the family. My grandma, so maybe I was prone to that kind of thing, and just not feeling motivated at all, feeling a bit down, not feeling creative, not having, ideas, especially for the business, and just not feeling, I don't know, just not feeling like happy every single day you wake up. Like I want to be motivated and happy, and especially for my youngest son. He's 6, so I felt like it's time to figure things out and just try to feel better. And I heard with the keto diet, you're supposed to feel like a lot of energy and clarity, mental clarity, and I really wanted that. I wanted to see if that was true and see if it would happen. And I think you have to practice what you preach too. So overall, my diet was pretty healthy. Like I wasn't, eating tons of fast food and candy and stuff like that. Like I was pretty low carb as it was, but still had like, rice in my diet, and sweet potatoes, butternut squash, higher quality breads, but still it's a carb. And then my weakness is chips. So at night I would go home after like working all day. I have a second job as well, so sometimes 10 o'clock at night, and just want to watch a movie and eat some chips. So this is my confessions of a nutritionist, all the things that we do. So I knew my iron was really low in my pregnancy with Jonah 6 years ago, and with my other son, who's a bit older, and my blood pressure had skyrocketed at the end of the pregnancy. Since then, I've never even thought about checking it. You just kind of had the baby, you're like, okay, everything's fine, I survived, the baby's fine, and I just didn't think about it again and just kept going with life. So I decided to go get a full blood panel done. I wanted to check like vitamin D levels, I wanted to check the iron again, all that sort of thing. So lo and behold, of course, my iron is still super low, so that could be like contributing to the major fatigue. Vitamin D is also really low, and all of that's kind of intertwined with each other. I started watching a lot of these experts about iron, and it's just so, it's not just a cut and dry thing. It's like so intertwined with other things that people don't realize. There's so many other symptoms of low iron, like depression, feeling down. So all of that is just so important, even if it's such a small thing. And I know there's so many people that are low in iron. I've been trying to tell all the young girls, especially that I know, like young females, you know, and they're 18, 19, 20, and they're having really heavy menstrual cycles, and you know, a lot of young women are really depressed, so that could be a factor. So I definitely recommend people look into that, research that. If you or your daughter has, you know, some of those symptoms, go get it checked and look at it. I also had the A1C check, so like that's looking at the last 3 months of your blood sugar, and of course I fell into the pre-diabetes category. It was not really like high enough to trigger any concern for the doctor, but it was, you know, based on me looking at the numbers and doing some of my own research on all these numbers for the blood panel, I could see it was too high. It shouldn't be that high. It wasn't comfortable for me to be where it was. And I think that's really odd because I don't eat like a ton of carbs and I don't eat a ton of sugar here and there. Like I would, you know, indulge, but it wasn't like everyday thing. And then I had a bit of reduced kidney filtration rate, which again, it wasn't flagged as a concern, but to me, I feel like you should have the best functioning organs as possible. So that number being where it was kind of made me realize, like, okay, I really need to figure this out. We need to kind of try to reverse some of these things. So the 2 times before I tried, I got severe brain fog, really bad. Like I just felt like my brain and my eyes were inside of a cloud and it could not lift. And for me, I need to be able to go to work. I need to be able to function as a mom. I just couldn't live with that brain fog, and pretty bad nausea and pretty bad shakiness. I felt very lightheaded and very shaky. Like I could feel my blood sugar dropping. So I aborted mission those 2 times I tried to go keto. I just said, I can't do this. This time around, I've been following this amazing doctor, and I've been telling everybody about her. She puts out so many good YouTube videos. Her name's Dr. Boz. She also has some books, which are totally amazing because I feel I have a lot of keto books, but they're just more focused on recipes and, you know, all these surface level details. But I think for some people, it's not as easy as just cutting out carbs. Like you really have to know what's going on in your body, know all those nitty-gritty details. For me, I really needed to know like everything. So for a doctor to write this and kind of lay it all out was really good and really enlightening. So this time around, I started January 24th. Today's my 4th week. I'm in my 4th week now. And I wrote down 4 things that I changed this time around. And I like transitioned into keto super easy, no shaky, no symptoms. Like it was insane. I think there was like a couple times where I felt like a little bit nauseous, but then I implemented some of these things and it just went away so fast. So I was drinking salted water. I was taking magnesium supplements, and I was taking high dose magnesium baths, like a lot, 6 cups of Epsom salts in there. And then I was also taking exogenous ketones, which I'm in Canada here, and you cannot really get those unless it's at some specialty store and I don't know about. I went to the local health food store and they had one kind, so I bought it. I know there was a lot of people talking about like how, you know, you don't need exogenous ketones and they're bad, but for me, I really wanted to get past that hump and get into ketosis, and this implementing these 4 things for me helped me get over. And what the doctor was saying in her book is it's not like it's long term. You take these exogenous ketones in the beginning, because you want to flood your system with ketones and get your body used to like seeing the ketones and absorbing them, and kind of awakening up your cells, because they haven't seen ketones forever, right? Like, you've been eating carbs, you're not going to make ketones, so it's a new thing. So you want to flood your system so they get used to using them and absorbing them and using them for that energy that we want. And then I also researched, she talks about these magnesium floats, and I had never heard of this, but I did a little bit of research over the weekend. There's a local spa, and I'm sure there's other ones too, but a local spa here in Kitchener that offers those magnesium floats, and it's not even that expensive. I think it was like $80 for an hour of floating in this magnesium spa. And most of us are really low in magnesium, and we need to not only take the supplement, but soaking in that high concentrated float will just help you absorb it through your skin. And once you are trying to transition over into the ketogenic diet, you're flushing out so many electrolytes. And I knew that from the other books I had, but I didn't realize how important that was. Like, this doctor really stresses it in her book of how important that is. That is making you feel like you're dying, and that's why I was feeling that way when I tried those first couple times. Like, I felt like I was dying. I felt like if I don't stop, I'm probably gonna die. I'm gonna pass out and die. So those of you that have done this and like made it through, like my friend here at the shop that rents the kitchen with me, she just slid right into it and didn't have any of those symptoms at all. So I think everybody's different, I guess, and to have these little tricks up your sleeve is so important, so you can make it over into that nutritional ketosis, which is the goal. So now I've been doing this, like I said, I'm on my 4th week. I have been testing my fasting blood sugar in the morning. It's still pretty high. So it's like 5.5 to 6, which I think is like around 100 in the other measurement for the people in the States. The Dr. Boz book says like that's still a little bit high, and that tells you that you probably have insulin resistance, which I felt like I probably did. Sorry, I think Abby just came back. And my ketones are 0.3 to 0.5. I have a little bit more energy. I do definitely feel better. My waist is down 2 inches, and I've dropped 2 pounds. Like, that to me is not the most important thing, but it is something I want to work on. Like, I've always had this spare tire since I was 12 years old, just around my waist. So, yeah, I think that was all the updates. I just think it's important for people to pay attention to your body. Don't let these small symptoms that you think, oh, I'm just tired, it's not a big deal, everybody's tired. Get your blood panel done and get checked and start somewhere. Just do it. And then maybe those 4 things can help you a little bit. All right, we'll talk to you soon. Bye.